Hi everyone, this is Bear Clooney, and this is Bear Clooney Rolex Explorer. Yep, this is my Rolex Explorer. I love this watch. It's a very special watch, and frankly, it's a great watch to start my exploration and my journey in the world of YouTube horological channels. Yeah, that's my channel. And after being encouraged by so many great friends in best horological group on a Facebook, Horology Talk, join us. Horology Talk is awesome. I decided to start making videos sharing my passion for watches, sharing my love for this hobby. So, could it be really more appropriate watch for my second video? The first was kind of test. This is test 2. Is there a more appropriate watch for it than Rolex Explorer? I think this watch is truly beautiful. Why do I love this watch so much? I love its history. I love its balanced dial. I love its beautiful simplicity, and I love its quality. Those would be the 4 most important points, I think, when it comes to this piece. I also think that this watch truly and fairly represents Rolex company for what I believe it stands for. And that is high quality, great history, and slow evolvement in its timepieces. Nothing rapid, nothing extreme, nothing too fast. So here we go. This is a watch that I would like to share with you. This is one of the great pieces from my collection. And surprisingly, I got it relatively late. You know the famous, well, it's a Rolex Explorer. What's so special about it? You can take your time. It will always be there. It's just, piece that many kind of miss in its original appearance. But once you have it, once you actually make it part of your life, you put it on your wrist and you start enjoying this piece, you start realizing and understanding how beautiful it is, and you start becoming part of the great Rolex Explorer history. I love this watch. I love it for so many reasons. Now, when it comes to its history, most people believe that the Explorer 1 was launched by Rolex for commemorating the Everest expedition, and that this watch was with the British Explorer team consisting of Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay. That was on May 29, 1953, when they achieved a great task of human being climbing Mount Everest. And, the story is magic. It's attractive. But it still has a certain distance to the real fact. So, what is the real fact? Rolex indeed had supported Himalayan expedition, and they did that since 1933. And later in Everest expeditions, Rolex had been always the official supporter. So, Rolex supported each Explorer team with its wristwatch. However, Rolex was not the only supporter. You see, it is believed that when Edmund Hillary climbed up on the top of Everest, what he wore was a watch from the British supporter watch company Smith. But we know for a fact that Tenzing Norgay wore indeed an Explorer, and this Explorer actually can be seen in Rolex Museum in Geneva. So Explorer was based on the already existing tough and hard wearing bubble back, which has been modified by Rolex for more active and adventurous customer. In 1952, The reference is 6098 and 6150, both using the 8296 movement, were in fact the first prototypes of Explorer to be used by climbers. These were watches with wide dials and leaf-shaped hands and did not bear the name Explorer yet. So those are the pre-Explorer watches from Rolex, which led to this beautiful piece. So then the Explorer happened. And Edmund Hillary's Rolex in 1953, these models became the references 6298 and 6350 when they were fitted with the typical Explorer type 369 Arabics, which are later receiving the Mercedes hands, and they're getting to have this look of the Rolex Explorer we know today. So when they actually went on the Mount Everest, Rolex did not name their watches as Explorer. So we cannot really say that Rolex Explorer was the first watch on the Mount Everest. Although Rolex had registered the trademark of Explorer in Geneva on 26th of January of 1953, the actual Explorer gained its name after Hillary and Norgay climbing up Everest, so Explorer began to be added to the reference 6350 after the successful climbing of 1953. The other interesting story about Rolex, well, James Bond and Rolex Explorer, well, James Bond and Rolex have a fantastic history together, but actually Rolex Explorer was in Fleming's watch, the author of James Bond, and in his spy novel, James Bond, the hero, James Bond, actually wears this piece, Rolex Explorer. Later in the movie, that's changed to the Submariner. So, evolving always. Rolex Explorer evolved since then to this day. And, you know, for this 2016 edition in Baselworld, fans were anticipating some changes. And they came up with this Explorer 214270. Many collectors, many Rolex fans were actually complaining about the increased size of the Rolex Explorer because it moved from 36 millimeter to 39 millimeter, which is this piece that I have, and that's a reference 214270. This diameter remains reasonable in my opinion. It's a modern Rolex Explorer. It suits modern look, and it's a natural progression. But there was a problem with Rolex fans, and it was, even though now with this growth of 3 millimeters, they actually felt that the size of the hands did not match that growth. So they felt that hands are a bit short, and in comparison to the new dial, the minute hand was not relevant, and the tip of the hand wasn't touching the minute track. So also the other complaint was, if you look at the Arabic numbers 369 on the previous version of this one, they were actually solid. They did not have the luminous material there. So many Rolex fans felt that that's not necessarily the way to go. So that second evolution concerns those numbers, those indexes. So they are coated with the blue chromalite luminous material, just like the rest of indexes. And the whole dial seems to be now more balanced and more appropriate in its size. You see, that was important because this watch, its beauty, comes from the balance, comes from that perfectly balanced dial. I think they have achieved, again, through a slight transition, a great look for modern version of Rolex Explorer. And I have been truly enjoying this piece. I think it's a great watch. You might also look into Air King, which is a very similar piece to this one. Now, it depends what's more important to you. You see the Air King, which is slightly larger by 1 millimeter, but it has this green second hand and green Rolex logo. Otherwise, it's very similar in its look. And it actually has a very similar movement to Milgauss, and it has those anti-magnetic qualities as a Milgauss. When it comes to Rolex Explorer, I think the main superhero strength is anti-shock ability, and this watch is made to resist shocks better than many other. I think this is a piece that can be enjoyed on so many levels. I love it, I enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed my truly rookie attempt, but I will grow with you and I will do my best in the future. Thank you for watching and have a great day.